Number 14, Mariana Anist. Number 16, Emma Phillips. Number 17, Rowan Lappy. Number 19, Hallie Pearson. Number 22, Lily Gilbertson. Number 29, Danica Austin. And number 34, Meg Bodie. The head coach of the Northwestern Wildcats is Michael Moynihan. And now the starting lineup for your Butler Bulldogs. In goal, a first-year student from Ortonville, Michigan, 00, Emma Martin. A senior midfielder from Carmel, Indiana, number 2, Katie Soderstrom. A redshirt sophomore forward from Indianapolis, Indiana, number 4, Abigail Insker. A redshirt senior defender from Arlington Heights, Illinois, number 5, Amanda Kowalski. A graduate student defender from Palatine, Illinois, number 6, Julia Leonard. A senior midfielder from Northville, Michigan, number 8, Morgan Kloosterman. A junior defender from Chesterfield Township, Michigan, number 10, Alana Wood. A sophomore defender from Mondonville, New South Wales, Australia, number 17, Claire Farrington. A sophomore defender from Chesterfield, Michigan, number 19, Caitlin O'Malley. A sophomore forward from Troy, Michigan, number 22, Allie Leonard. And a freshman midfielder from Morton, Illinois, number 27, Lauren Dorr. The athletic trainer for the Dogs is Mike Howell, assistant coach Alex Collier, and the co-head coaches for your Bulldogs are Terry St. John and Rob Albin. Butler women's soccer student athletes and coaches invite you to stand and join us in a celebration of unity and inclusion with the playing of Lift Every Voice and Sing. Now, ladies and gentlemen, please join us in honoring America with the playing of our national anthem.
Wildcats. Both teams poised for their first win of the season after they both dropped their opening.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome our officials for tonight's contest, Darth Newman, Jason
Sunday,
Gordon, Khalid Pollack, and Mark Larson.
Big East rival Xavier. But today, one team will notch their first victory of the season. Alongside our panelist, Kelly Hounen, my name is Joey Lindstrom. So good to be with you, watching these athletes take the pitch. Big news coming before our match, Kelly, as we learned two key things. Starting goalkeeper in all Big East preseason selection, Stephanie Rodriguez, not between the pipes tonight. It is Emma Martin getting her first start. And at the number 9 position, Anya Savage not in the starting lineup either. Two interesting, maybe key strategies out of Terry St. John and Rob Allman. We'll probably see Anya later. But as far as goalkeeper, Stephanie Rodriguez not being in there has to have some impact for the Dogs.
Might be a strategy after letting Packers in last game, just maybe giving her a break, giving Anya a break, but interesting to see if they'll get in shortly in this game.
And we're off right away. Butler begin possession. There's graduate senior Amanda Kowalski. The physicality of Northwestern coming out immediately. What are some key things you're looking for out of the Bulldog offense today, Kelly?
Yeah, the Bulldogs have a really strong offense. Last year, like undefeated at home, lost in the Big East Championship against Georgetown. They were a really strong team last year, only 2 losses in the season. So I think, honestly, just getting back in their rhythm after their summer break, a little bit more of a normal season, being able to have a fall season now. So I think kind of just getting back in their rhythm. They still have 9 starters out of 11 last year. So yeah, just, they came off of a tough loss against Michigan. They have 3 Big Ten matchups in a row, which is going to be tough. But once they get one win, I think they'll keep building on that.
Second in scoring offense jumps off the page nationally. Second in scoring offense last year. Not only that, second in shutout percentage, their defense too. Save percentage number 2, number 3 in goals against average, and number 3 in total goals allowed. This crew, it just looks like they have just an excellent resume on tape, right? And so, surprisingly, you drop that Michigan game 5-0, and you all of a sudden your back's against the wall. You have 3 Big Ten opponents to open your season. That's got to be tough. And so now this second opponent, Northwestern, nothing to sweat. I mean, seriously, you have to sweat a team like Northwestern.
Yeah, not only would this be the Bulldogs' first win of the season, it would be their first win at home and their first win against Northwestern. Northwestern has led the series between the Bulldogs 4-0-1. The draw, they actually ended up moving on penalty kicks during the NCAA tournament game. So Butler's seeking quite a few firsts for today's game.
And I have to correct myself when I mentioned those rankings. That was the 2017 team the last time these two teams met. Clearing shot for Kowalski, good chance. That gets saved by Mackenzie Wood in between the pipes. Northwestern is coached by Michael Moynihan. His 10th season, he's a former Wisconsin walk-on. He made his mark there as a 2-year captain. Last year, leading the Cats to a 6-6-1 record. Northwestern leads the all-time series against the Dogs 4-0-1. So Butler trying to notch on number 1 in that loss column for the Cats. A lot of good midfield action out of Northwestern. Same goes for Butler, though. You see Katie Soderstrom dribbling the ball. Northwestern keeping the heat on, trying to press in the defensive zone. This one off the foot there of Hallie Pearson, the transfer from Arizona. But actually she came home, Carmel, Indiana native, for Buff Jesuit Preparatory School here in Indianapolis. couple homecomings for a few of these Northwestern players. And a lot of these girls, Kelly, play travel against each other or with each other, which is something that is, maybe could add a little extra salt to the way that you look at this game.
Our team midfielder, Katie Stone, also from Carmel, so Carmel definitely breeding quite a few good soccer players in today's matchup.
Sure is. First corner kick, first set piece belongs to Northwestern. Over the top in the box, Emma Martin coming out to save, at least disrupt. She does so, nice play out of her first start for the freshman. Seems like so far in the first 5 minutes of the half, Kelly, that Northwestern trying to press a little bit more to see what Butler does on their offensive possessions.
Definitely. Still early to see what Butler's kind of game plan going into this would be. I still am surprised about Ronnie Savage striker not starting, but I think they're just trying to find some new faces and see what they can do offensively without Anya.
Okay, you lose Anya Savage, who was your leading goal scorer last year. She was tied for 7th in the country in goals for that spring season. Butler finishing 10-2 in that spring season, going all the way to the Big East Championship, but falling to Georgetown and missing out on a chance to go to the College Cup. There's a throw in from Amanda Kowalski, the graduate senior who took the extra. She was a 5th year in that last fall, but she takes the extra year to finish her master's. Here's a chance, though, on the doorstep. Crossing pass gets disrupted. On the aggression there was Josie Alcino. Who's been impressive. She kind of profiles as a superstar midfielder just after 1 season. Got a great motor and a true box-to-box type feel when you watch her play. With this back line for Butler holding strong. We said in the beginning that their defense last year was one of the best in the Big East. Last spring, rather, was one of the best in the Big East. They're going to continue that. Another chance for Northwestern. Wide around outside and a save by Emma Martin. Freshman out of Ortonville, Michigan, and Brandon High School. 2 key plays already.
Emma Martin played for the National Soccer Club and helps the program to finalist finish in the 2017 USC Soccer National Championship. But only a freshman already coming in, starting his 2nd game this season. It's nice to have a young freshman coming in, especially when Rodriguez graduates.
Maybe that is part of the strategy, too, to kind of see, get some feelers out there. Stephanie Rodriguez hasn't really missed a start in 2 years. So, the heir apparent starter, you give someone else a chance between the cage.
Yeah, last year Rodriguez posted 5 shutouts, 4 in the Big East, and has played every minute in goal for the Bulldogs in both the 2019 and 2020-21 seasons. So definitely new not hearing her name in the starting lineup, but I'm sure we'll see her throughout the season, definitely. Maybe switching off with Emma Martin.
Both teams in that feeling out period of this match so far. Northwestern, 11 seniors in this Cat squad. After a 500 season last spring. They want to make a statement in a conference that's all too tough. With the likes of Michigan, who Butler just lost to, was ranked 17th. Several of the Big Ten teams picked to make the tournament. And that's a pretty small pool if you think about it. So it's a tough competition in that conference. Butler will go to Champaign, Illinois to face the Fighting Illini next game. Long service into the gloves of Mackenzie Wood.
Last game against Xavier, Mackenzie Wood has 6 saves. Definitely a key returner, 73.9% save.
One's going to need it, but here's Katie Soderstrom with a step and a shot. That one goes right past Wood. And a goal for the Bulldogs in the 15th minute. Butler strikes first.
Bulldog goal! Katie Soderstrom! Assist to 22 on Leonard and 4, Abigail Isker.
Save percentage.
In the 10th minute, Dogs lead 1-0.
Starter. Katie Soderstrom gets the beat on her. Beautiful clearing pass up ahead.
The list of accolades that Katie Soderstrom has received in her years at Butler, it's long. It's Big East Offensive Player of the Week multiple times, Scholar All-America second team, United Soccer Coaches All-Region first team. It would take me 10 minutes to list everything that she's been on.
She sure does have an impressive resume here. Beautiful night for some footy. And Butler strikes first, 1-0 our score. Taking the Wildcats by surprise, maybe. Long service chance, good. Trying to knife it through there was Kowalski. All of a sudden, Northwestern on their heels, Kelly.
Definitely Northwestern applying the pressure, almost a second goal right there. Another opportunity close one.
Yeah, Abigail Isker had the chance there off the deflection.
Abigail Isker is another freshman from town in Indianapolis, Indiana as well. She redshirted her freshman season, so she's back but did not play any games in this last spring.
We talked to Terry St. John and Rob Ulmer. Ooh, tough collision there. Kowalski with a nice move to gain the inside edge. Looks like Pearson there, center back, was right there to meet Kowalski. Butler pressing again. Soderstrom back up to Kloosterman. And service, nice deflection. Danica Austin. That shot goes wide. These are the type of things that Coach St. John and Coach Ulmer, co-head coaches for Butler, said we need to keep pressing when we're in the offensive zone because Northwestern can strike quickly. We didn't talk about this at the beginning, Kelly, but Northwestern is excellent on set pieces. Most of their goals in the spring came from a set piece, either corner kick or free.
Yeah, that's definitely something Butler has to remember when they're on the offensive end. Northwestern is don't give them any easy corners, easy anything, make them work for it because they get a set piece, chances are might go in after last year.
Yeah. We ain't broke, don't fix it. Julia Leonard with a nice centering pass. Spacing. Kowalski tries to strike that one. And it goes wide of the cage. Wood will retain it. Wood clearing now. Minutes have passed, and Butler well in control of this one. 1-0. Our count. Off the left foot of Katie Soderstrom. And Butler wants more. Deflected off her own teammate. That shot, at least trying to be passed, was by Allie Leonard. Nice job keeping it in the offensive zone by Claire Farrington, the sophomore out of Mundenville, New South Wales, Australia. Northwestern gains possession here. That pass trickling out of bounds off the head there of Austin. Danica Austin, the junior out of Jenison, Michigan. Kowalski will throw in. Through Soderstrom. That one deflected out in front by number 16, Emma Phillips. Her first year. Back over to Meg Kowalski. Here's Alana Moore. Tries to get the side piece there and does not. Mackenzie Wood retains it. A lot of wood, excuse me.
Butler's done a great job so far keeping it on their offensive end. Northwestern hasn't gotten many opportunities these last few minutes, and Butler just keeps attacking. Definitely showing they're aggressive, showing they're ready to score. Katie Soderstrom's had a few opportunities. Very, very good to see them kind of showing that aggression and jumping out right at the get-go.
And that's Coach Moynihan's strategy. He likes to tell his girls to be patient, but at the same time they have to be ready for however it goes. And by no means do they want to stand back. They like to be aggressive while still being patient, and that's a key. There's a lot of wood interfering with it. If you're just joining us, it is 1-0 Bulldogs. Katie Soderstrom, left foot, gets the ball past Mackenzie Wood. Long service to Emma Martin. Emma Martin with one true save and an interference on a set piece corner kick to give Butler their possession back. Butler has controlled the ball in the offensive zone so far. Northwestern, not a whole lot of time of possession. Once the ball moves so much, you can't really track time of possession, but if you did, Butler is winning. That ball dribbling out of bounds, and Northwestern go ahead and take that. Get a set piece play. Top in the box, that one headed away, And out. Deflection out in front. Nice work. Out in front. Here's a chance for the Cats. Shot does go wide, but a stoppage. Looks like an offsides to me, Kelly.
Yeah, that was a close one right there. But regardless, it went wide, so one close opportunity right now with Northwestern. We'll go right back to Butler ball. Let's see if they can hold it on their offensive end for a little bit.
How about Emma Martin, though? She seems to be playing very confidently for her first start.
Yeah, you definitely cannot tell that she's a freshman and that this is her first start. Seems very comfortable in goal, very aggressive, stepping out to the shots. It's interesting to see if she'll keep this starting position or how about with the future games.
So minor foul, give Butler the ball back, see what they can do here. Their back line has been great so far tonight. The thing we haven't called yet is Reagan Stegletter, number 4, leads the team in goals. Had 4 in the spring. She's the Cats' most creative player. She can be dangerous and great leader by example. Amanda Kowalski, though, breaking the ankles of Mariana Anist. They're trying to maneuver, looking for space. Up to Kloosterman. Briefly thought she had Isger.
Able to recover there, get it right back for the Dogs.
Kowalski back up to Leonard, playing this type back and forth. Physical defensive play, nice effort by number 10, Olivia Stone. Former track star in high school. Austin, Texas, that brief chance. Isger was on the prowl, but Mackenzie Wood collects it. That's the sign of a veteran leader, Kelly, where you have the ability to go out there against a charging Isger, take it head on and go retrieve that ball.
Definitely. I think that's one of the strongest points in Northwestern is that they have 11 seniors. They are a very experienced team. You know, all of them have been here for years and have experienced lots of different teams, lots of different competitions, and that can put them at an advantage compared to other teams with, 11 seniors against a freshman goalie or 11 seniors against a younger team. Experience does bring a lot to the table for Northwestern.
It also helps too when most of those 11 seniors, mind you, all play.
Definitely. Speaking of seniors, Butler seniors too are a very dominant class. They have been since their freshman year with Kloosterman and Soderstrom on the field. Anya Savage as well is not on the field, but their senior class has been leading the team almost since they were freshmen and sophomores, and here they are as seniors and they're still right on top.
Talk about Butler seniors too. I mean, what do we count? 8 prior to the game.
Yeah, 8
it's
seniors.
great to see that most of them who are graduate students stayed to pursue not only a Big East championship but a shot at the College Cup.
Definitely, they were so close last year to getting to the College Cup, losing to Georgetown, but that just makes them hungrier this year, especially because it's a little bit more of a normal season, no spring season. Definitely glad those seniors decided to come back and try again.
Butler was picked to finish second in the Big East this year receiving 88 votes to Georgetown's 100. As Kelly alluded to, Georgetown just a tough squad.
Into the match for
Substituting
18,
onto the field for Butler. Becky Dean in for Julia Leonard. And Kaylee Titus for Northwestern.
Becky Dean is a junior. Went to Mount Notre Dame from Liberty Township, Ohio. She played in 11, which means 12 matches in the spring season, scored 2 goals on the season, and one was in the season opener. So she had an early appearance and early success, so hopefully we'll have that again this season for her.
We'll have to see. So far, Butler opening up with that goal from Soderstrom. Maybe we get a second one, and her opener luck maybe strikes once more. Bit of a bout at the end line. Well, that'll go back to Emma Martin. Dogs trying to clear. Now it goes over the head of Allie Leonard. You can see the fight back in the middle between the two. During the spring, Northwestern ranked 92nd in goals against average. .902. Mentioned before, Mackenzie Wood, 74% save percentage over the last 2 seasons. But I think, Kelly, that Coach St. John, I got to imagine, and Coach Altman want that aggression to stay as much, keep the pedal to the metal, right? I mean, as much as you can against this Big Ten squad, Northwestern.
Exactly. I think they got a little taste of the Big Ten against Michigan, and coming into this game, they want to prove a point. You know, they're not going to lose by 5 goals again. Clearly not, because we already got one on the board. I think it's the start of a tough Big Ten matchup, and if they can get this win, going to U of I in Illinois with a little bit of a chip on their shoulder, 1-1 in the Big Ten.
Kowalski pressing, nice defensive work by number 22. That is Lily Gilbertson. He's got a high motor, according to Coach Moynihan. So Winger that likes to stretch the field, taking the outside backs across. And that ball trickles out of bounds, gets back to Emma Martin once again. Excuse me. Kowalski. Nice defensive work by Hallie Pearson to get Northwestern the ball back. Northwestern just doesn't look like it could figure out. Oh, and a chance here for Isger. Triples it in there, and that's the goal for the Bulldogs. Goal! Abigail Isger's first of the season. Hits it home, and the Dogs are up 2-0.
Looks like after that goal, there's also going to be some Bulldog substitutions coming in.
We see a familiar face, Anya Savage, number 9, subbing in for Isger. So Isger takes that goal.
Into the Bulldogs 16, Justin Stobler.
2-0 our score.
The
29th, just into the 29th minute. The Bulldogs notch their second one in.
This is definitely starting to look like the Bulldogs team that a lot of people are familiar with from last season at home. They were 6-0 at home, constantly scoring goals. You were constantly hearing the World Sonic Duo out of Butler in the soccer game. And already starting off 2-0.
Great work by Alana Wood in that possession. Savage back out there. And they say, Kelly, that the most dangerous lead in soccer is 2-0. So I think you're comfortable having a 2-goal lead if you're Butler, but at the same time, you cannot be conservative.
Especially heading into the halftime break. You know, it's tough to come back 2 goals, especially in soccer, a low-scoring game. But we'll see. It's a Big Ten team. Again, lots of experience. So we'll see if they can recover from this.
It's a Northwestern team that's trying to get back to what was referred to as the golden class, if you will, because 4 years in a row making the NCAA tournament. Coach Moynihan trying to get back on track. There are girls on this team that were on that trail, that 2017 team, that ended up losing in the second round of the tourney. $16:20 remains in our first half. Skied in the air. Lots of physicality here. Looks like a chance now on a set piece for Northwestern. This will be a free kick for Josie Alcino. Alcino with the lone goal against Xavier in the opener for Northwestern. Yeah, that one was wide at the cage. Looks like Northwestern trying to charge to Alana Wood. Speedy after she gets hit. Looks like right in the shoulder. Aggressive as ever. Dogs backline and midfielders holding strong. Good corralling of the ball by Emma Martin. I have to correct myself, Josie Alcino had the assist in the lone goal against Xavier. Aurea Martin was the goal scorer. Just under 14 to play in the first half. Butler well in control so far, but Northwestern showing signs that they're ready to score the soccer ball. But here's a chance. Anya Savage, full head of steam, deflected away by number 16, Emma Phillips. Stoppage for some substitutions.
Substitutions for Northwestern. 28, Nicole Doucette for 24, for 16, Emma Phillips. And 24, Ella Haas for 34, Meg Cody. And for Butler, 28, Captain Smith. For 10, Alana
So
Wood.
Ella Haas coming on
90 Farnsworth.
to the pitch for Northwestern.
Let's go, Maddie!
Maddie Farnsworth on for Butler, as well as Anna Schroeder. Good clear by Mackenzie Wood, gets headed down. Just missing that pass was Farnsworth. And this will be a head-in for Northwestern. Quick stoppage for the retrieval of the soccer ball. Kelly, what's your feel right now of which way the momentum is maybe heading?
I mean, Northwestern's definitely showing a lot of aggression right now. They've had a little bit more opportunities than they had in the early minutes, but I think Butler's still playing aggressive. They got some fresh legs out there. So I think Butler's doing a pretty good job still right now. But we'll see as Northwestern kind of has a little takeaway.
Good moves, trying to carry it by herself. As Alcino, and now Martin's there to stop it. Maybe it would have been wide of the cage, but you cannot count out the effort by the freshman keeper.
Yeah, definitely. Even when Northwestern has had a few close opportunities, Martin has been there every time. Very impressive from the first start.
Full head of steam. Here's number 24, Ella Haas. Cross pass over the 6 to Alcino. A little bit off target. And then deflected outside the box. Good defensive stand by the back line of Butler. Trying to clear it above midfield. Lauren Dorr, excuse me. Defending that one at the holding midfield position. Oh, excuse me, she could left back. So Terry St. John and Rob Ullman, the happy couple, co-coaches over the last 9 years together. 105 wins, 49 losses, and 22 losses in extra time / PKs. Terry St. John, though, 155 wins in her career. Purdue grad, started 71 games in her career as a Boilermaker.
Northwestern substitution 7, Mariah Martin for 4, Reagan Steigletter.
So Reagan Steigletter gets subbed out. Maybe a change of pace here for Coach Moynihan, Kelly.
Definitely. It looks like they wanted to give Steigletter a break since nothing's kind of happened in Northwestern's favor goal-wise, but they just wanted to rest up and be able to come back after the break and see what they can do.
Mackenzie Wood meeting Farnsworth where she needed to be, but a tough push by Farrington. And with under 9 minutes to play, Northwestern looking for something before the half ends. Rob Ullman coached for a while in New Jersey, 7 years, and as a standout player Long ago, he was in a few professional clubs over in England across the pond. In Northern Town and Kidderminster Harriers. He was a captain for every team during his playing days. He was also selected for the British Colleges team back in his uni days. Seven and a half to go in our first half. It appears the Dogs well in control. Northwestern doesn't really seem to have any idea how to penetrate this defense in the back line of Butler.
Bulldog substitution, 14, Ariana Jalix. For Morgan Klusterman.
And for Morgan Klusterman is Ariana Jalix, sophomore out of Ray, Michigan, and Utica High School. So looks like our prediction was right. Not starting Anya Savage actually did kind of open up the striker space at the number 9 position for Butler, didn't it, Kelly?
Definitely. Without Anya, they were able to get that early lead, and now she comes in a fresh set of legs and a really strong attacker. So it ended up working out for them because can only go up from here. You have another great scorer. Again, as I mentioned, Katie Soderstrom's list of success and soccer resume goes on and on. And just like that, right next to her, Anya Savage, same thing. So having her on the field, letting her rest a little bit, getting some other familiar faces, some other sophomores and juniors in there as well. With an early lead, now you have fresh legs, so it sounds like it was a good plan by the Dogs.
Trying to keep attacking. 6 minutes to play in our first half. One service over to the middle of the field. Corral briefly by Pearson. Dogs keep getting possession at the midfield. Tough deflection at the back of the shoulder blade of Russian Skogland. Mackenzie Wood will get this free kick after the violation. Almost a mistake off the head. Oh, number 14, Ariana Jalix. Luckily, the back line defense for Butler was there. Jalix over the middle. Back to Farnsworth. Gets it briefly poked away. There's a chance now for Gilbertson. The winger looking for some work. Passes down. Trying to penetrate the box. Crossing pass. Good deflection away. And the ball sails over the top. Off the right foot of Alcino. Emma Martin climbed the ladder. Didn't quite touch it, but didn't need to. Went right over the goal. Alcino will get it down in the corner for Northwestern's 4th set piece of the day. Quickly passing it, Alcino. Cross pass, headed out of the box. Savage with a nice steal. Leading pass. Slide tackle executed well, no call. Jules Thron pokes that one away. And Skoglund had Thron dead to rights. It's going to be her and the goalkeeper, Wood. Now Northwestern has a chance. Crossing pass, good deflection.
Preston Skoglund is another one to keep your eye on. Only a junior with Big East All-Tournament team and received a Big East Weekly Honor Roll. And one of my most memorable moments of her was last year during the Big East semifinal win over UConn. She had an insane shot and rocket right to the back of the net. And it was kind of, she didn't have much space and was able to get that one in. And everyone was kind of like, how did you do that? And she's only a junior and she also didn't start. She stepped in a little bit late and just had a close opportunity right there. So she's definitely another one of these powerful Butler offenders to keep an eye on.
Clearly the attackers on offense for Butler controlling this game so far. 2.5 to play. Holding in the midfield strong is Butler. Not letting up too much for Northwestern, although a couple chances there in their defensive zone. Heading away was Austin falling down. 90 seconds to play here in our first half. Savage. Puts it up. Butler trying to make something work. Jalix with a nice play to poke that one. Skoglund.
1 minute. 1 minute to play.
You hear PA announcer Mark Breyer commanding the 1 minute left to play in our first half. Butler played 2 exhibitions earlier this year against Bellarmine and Illinois State. And no score was reported, Kelly. Maybe a little bit of a strategy too. Don't want to let other teams know what's going on with your team, how preseason went.
Definitely, the 2 exhibition games definitely were just practice, and they wanted to make that clear by not releasing a score. Is my guess, and not let that get in either team's head going into the season. But they were able to kind of get a game going, especially with the summer break and
9,
last year.
8, 7, 6, 5, 4. 3,
As the
2,
clock trickles down,
1.
that will mark the end of the first half. 45 minutes of play gone, and Butler leads 2-0.
Our score.
Kelly, your impressions of that first half by the Dogs?
Northwestern
Definitely
0.
great start with the Bulldogs.
And as a reminder, Butler University requires all fans and staff, regardless of vaccination status,
It's a great start.
to wear
They're
masks
aggressive.
in indoor spaces.
There's a lot of different players
Restrooms
that are
and
contributing.
concessions are located
Great
inside
start for
Eagle
them.
Fieldhouse in the
Northwestern
East
definitely is going
Concourse.
to have to
While you're
be
there,
more
stop by the
aggressive
Eagle
offensively
Fieldhouse
and
Spirit Shop
get past that
to pick up a new
defense
t-shirt,
wall
hat, and more.
in the second half.
The store is open
Katie
throughout the
Soderstrom with
night.
1 goal, and Abigail Isker with the other, both off of errors over the Northwestern Wildcats. We will see you in the second half. We're going to take a quick break. Alongside Kelly Hallinan, my name is Joey Lindstrom. We will see you for our second half on the Butler Athletics YouTube page.
been up here in a while.
Feel like old times.
Yeah. Well, this is a different camera than they used to have. So the issue is
It's a team camera.
yeah.
See, we're getting levels, but I don't know if that's from just from that.
Yeah, there you
Could
go.
be, 'cause
You're getting.
yeah, some levels come in. Yep.
Yep.
So my short-term analysis is we're giving up the exits, but that might be so strong.
Is this
That
connected?
maybe turns out.
Stay busy, Joey?
Yeah. Yeah. Getting back in the swing.
Yeah.
Long summer.
It wasn't a long summer.
We've been killing the game.
Thanks, man. It's been busy.
Yeah, you were something last year, right?
Yeah. It's been a lot of up and down.
Yeah.
But you know, I'll take it.
Sure. Sure. Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah. So you do pretty much every fall sport.
Yeah.
You're
Love it. Yeah. It's been good. You had a busy slate. Now are you main production for Moynihan?
Yeah, they kind of throw me on as the interim co-host. Because I don't know how much you listen to the show in the past.
I heard that. I explained it.
Oh yeah, sorry about that. Yeah, it's because Rickard left, and then they got rid of Big Joe. And then,
Oh, they did?
yeah, so I'm like the interim co-host of KP.
Nice.
So, but the thing is, as much as I love to be the permanent, like I want to be back to full time. Like, you know, you can only do so much. Yeah. Well, that's okay. That's all right.
Jimmy Eggleston said he came.
Jimmy, yeah.
Yeah, he's met the bosses.
No way.
Yeah,
Jimmy's a good guy.
Yeah, he's good.
He listens a lot.
Yeah, he likes you guys.
Yeah.
He said he's so guy because I told him that.
Yeah. No, great kid.
Yeah. He might actually be over there. Yeah.
As you, well, to be honest with you, I've never met him. I've only known him as like through Twitter. I think Jimmy's like,
Yeah.
yeah.
We're getting picked up.
See that? Let's see. See if we can remember thumbnail. See the values. That's from music.
Port mic level. I don't know how far you can get that down.
40 or 60.
I'm not sure. It'd be nice if it was one of those cameras that had like a plug-in, so that like see compressor.
Kelly looks like we're on the same page. Welcome back to the Bud and Jackie Sellick Bowl. Alongside my analyst, Kelly Hallinan. My name's Joey Lindstrom. The Dogs up 2-0. And that first half of goals on the left foot of Katie Soderstrom and the right foot of Abigail Isger. Kelly, that first half had a lot of intrigue, a lot of aggression out of both sides, but it seemed like Northwestern really couldn't figure out Butler's defensive style in the back line.
Definitely, I think it was a combination of Butler's strong offense that gave him motivation, gave him, those 2 early goals, but also Butler's defense did not let much in, did not let anything in, especially with her first start, Martin in goal as a freshman instead of Rodriguez. Butler's defense is really showing out tonight, and we'll see how they go in the second half.
Talk about Coach Moynihan's squads always wanting to be a little more aggressive. They're great in set-piece plays, but they have not been so far. 5 chances, and they've gone over so far in this one.
As you mentioned before, this is Butler's second Big Ten matchup. They lost to Michigan last game at home, so they're looking for their first win of the season, first home win, and first win against Northwestern, who they have not beat in the series.
They'll go on to play in Champaign for their next game against the Fighting Illini, University of Illinois. They dropped that first match to Michigan 5-0, and it looked like in that game they were all out of sorts. No matter what they tried, Michigan had an answer for. Part of the reason probably why Michigan is ranked so high is because nobody has an answer for them. And when you're playing in a conference like the Big Ten, you have to get creative. Clearly Butler has done that so far against this Cat squad.
One of the biggest changes this game is that Stephanie Rodriguez, all Big East selection, has played every minute for the Dogs the last 2 seasons, did not start in goal, still is not in goal there, sticking with the freshman. And I think she's proven herself this game. She's been aggressive, on her feet, stepping towards the ball. So we'll see if she stays in the rest of the game or if they're going to switch things up and put in Rodriguez.
The all Big East preseason selection, Stephanie Rodriguez. Emma Martin showing out so far. 3 saves to her credit. She has been non-stop commanding this back line of Butler. It's encouraged a lot of hustle plays from the likes of Alana Wood and Morgan Klusterman, as well as Amanda Kowalski. Back into the game is Reagan Stegletter. Saw Coach Moynihan give her a rest, but that has been kind of the story all night. You see it there from off the foot of Lily Gilbertson, the normal winger that is just all over the place. Even she lost the ball right at the edge of the sideline. Soderstrom tried to make that happen for number 9, Becky Dean. Doesn't go. Push here. Oh, that's Ella Haas. Returning left back. All 4 members of that back line from Northwestern returning starters. Ella Haas, Danica Austin, Hallie Pearson, and Jules Thron. Here's Kowalski. Again getting tripped by Haas. See what the ruling is. Just a minor foul, nothing too crazy. So far, Kelly, it doesn't seem like Northwestern has an answer still for this Butler aggression.
Definitely a slow start for them. You think they come out guns blazing, ready to score, but right back on Butler's end. Ball in the foot of Soderstrom. Now back to Kowalski, but Butler gets yet another opportunity this half.
Second set piece of the night for the Dogs. Here's Kowalski with a free kick. Tries to skim it over the top. That one's a bit too far outside the box. It's corralled nicely by Farrington. A little 2-on-2 game in the corner. Good steal away by Gilbertson. Northwestern definitely don't want to be backed into the corner, Kelly. They sure are, though.
Continues pushing though. Not really up since the start of this game.
Northwestern trying to advance. There's Gilbertson. Long pass. That one gets to Azalin. Trickles out of bounds. Remains with Northwestern. They'll get a chance in the corner. Alcino had a chance briefly. Cross pass. Nobody home for Northwestern, but they get a second crack at it.
As we mentioned earlier, Northwestern tends to capitalize on these set-piece opportunities. So Butler definitely does not want to give them any easy chances like a corner, which they've had right now.
That one bounces over the top. Another empty set piece from Northwestern. Emma Martin corrals it. Gets ready to clear. Turnover by the Dogs gives the Northwestern the ball back. Long clearing pass. More backline defense work by Butler. Good deflection and a nice reaction by Emma Martin. Inside the box, she takes that one away. Tosses it out to Soderstrom. Big clearing pass. This one has a chance if Isger can get around. Good work by Hallie Pearson to get herself between Isger and the ball. Alcino tries to get the nifty shuffle, but Martin corrals it. Back to the outside. Soderstrom. That one's interfered by Austin. In that first half, Butler had 4 shots on goal, 3 saves, 3 corners. No offsides penalties, so good job with the spacing. Here's Northwestern on the prowl again. Great work by Gabby Smith. Redshirt junior out of St. Louis, Missouri. Nearing Saul High School, deflecting that one away. Kelly, what do you make of this Butler defense after struggling so much against the Wolverines?
Definitely, they definitely had a lot of good practices. I'm guessing a lot of motivational messages from their coach, because watching this defense, I don't know how they would possibly let 5 goals in. So maybe that was their wake-up call that they needed, was to start off the season like that, and now they're kind of playing with the chip on their shoulder. They don't want that to happen again, and they're definitely proving themselves out here right now.
They just seem to be playing with that extra edge, a little bit of a chip on their shoulder.
Yeah, even when Northwestern does get that momentum, Butler's defense comes and is able to stop it right away.
You hear Coach Rob Allman, probably over the crowd mic, shouting motivations to his team. trips and trips all over the place. Northwestern will retain possession. Isger committed the minor foul. Under 35 to play. 10 minutes into the second half, Northwestern has had really one chance at a goal, but they did not, but came up short. 2 corner kicks in a row, followed up with 0 chances, really. 4 shots on goal last half. What do you think the halftime message was for Coach Moynihan in the locker room at halftime?
I think the best way to come back when you're down 2 goals in a soccer match is just act like the score is 0-0. Don't let that get in your head. It's tough, as you said, 2-0. That's the hardest deficit to come back from in soccer. It's difficult, but you know, if Butler was able to score 2 goals in the first half, Northwestern should be able to score 2 or 3 in the second. It's definitely possible, but I think just coming out here, playing strong, and acting like the score is 0-0, not keeping your head down is going to be huge.
Well, we mentioned too that 2-0 being the most dangerous lead in soccer as well. That one looked like a bit of a forced tackle, possibly maybe a fall by each player. Between number 7, Aurea Martin, who had the lone goal for Northwestern in their game against Xavier, and Alana Wood. They're both getting tangled up down there. Alana Wood, the junior, left back out of Chesterfield Township, Michigan. You said in the first half, she just hustles all over the place.
Definitely. I think when Northwestern had a quick corner or a quick throw-in going on, she was the one person who saw it, ran right up, and she's quick, and that definitely helps both offensively and defensively for the Bulldogs.
There hasn't been any high press out of Northwestern so far in this second half. You think down 2-0, but they might check that out. They don't seem to be in any type of rush. Obviously, 32.5 minutes to play. Good steal by Kowalski. Centering it to Dean. Losing that one to the nifty plays by Hallie Pearson, who makes her homecoming. The senior out of Carmel, Indiana. Rebuff Jesuit Prep. Here's a leading pass. Chance here for Northwestern. Haas losing that one. That's deflected out of bounds. Northwestern will get another chance at a corner. Crossing into the 6, headed away. Nifty play by Isger. That one striking off of Steigletter, does not get anywhere close to the cage, over the top. Near the football upright.
Amanda Kowalski.
So Kowalski subbing out. Gives chance for Gabby Smith. Beg your pardon, Natty Farnsworth actually subbing in for Kowalski. Here's Austin. Leading pass, nobody home, but hustling there is Alcino. Getting away with a push down there was Butler. So it remains with Northwestern on the side. This will be a throw-in. Nicole Doucette tossing this one in for the Cats. Under 30 to play. There's Isger, talented as ever at the number 9 position. And we were concerned at the beginning when Anya Savage didn't start that Isger was going to have to be a huge role player, and so far she has been.
Definitely, Isger has been a presence both on the offensive end and defensive end. And, you know, I personally think Anya Savage is irreplaceable with what she's done with this Bulldog team the past few years, but there are a lot of, this team has a lot of depth. There are a lot of underclassmen, juniors who are able to come in and make an impact, clearly, as we've seen today.
Nice play by the Bulldogs back line. Alana Wood clears that one away. Northwestern with an almost chance there. But you said it, Anya Savage, almost the glue of that offense last year and in the 2019-2020 season. But now if she doesn't start, you wonder how that kind of plays out. She also could be, you know, maybe nursing an injury or what have you, and maybe she's getting limited minutes because of that. But so far, Isger has shown out as in that type of striker position.
Something definitely to notice is it seems that Butler has had a lot more substitutions than Northwestern has, and maybe it's because their team has a lot of depth and they want to get a fresh set of legs in, but it also just could be, you know, maybe there are things like injuries or other things that, you know, some players might just need a break or might be coming back later on in the season. But a lot of substitutions today, and it seems to be even non-starters are coming in and showing out.
Last time these two teams met was in the NCAA tournament, the College Cup, where Northwestern and Butler played to a double overtime draw. Northwestern won 3-2 in penalty kicks. That memorable game featured 4. Well, we'll hold this back for Soderstrom's chance over Mackenzie Wood's fingertips. The left foot strike of Katie Soderstrom. 3-0 Bulldogs.
Number 2, Katie Soderstrom with the goal.
Her second goal of the day. And in the 18th minute, the Bulldogs extend their lead to 3.
In the 63rd minute, Butler leads 3-0.
18th minute of the second half, mind you. I was about to say, the last time these two teams played featured 4 National Women's Soccer League players. Kayla Sharples, Hannah Davidson, Marissa Vigiano, and Paige Moynihan. I mean, talk about a couple of squads. And that goal for Soderstrom, her second of the day and the season. How'd they get that done, Kelly? I mean, there was just so much space.
I think when you give Katie Soderstrom space, you have to expect the worst if you're Northwestern. I mean, she can do things with little to no space, but when you give her that much room, you know, she's a powerful offensive player, and I wouldn't be surprised if she got a hat trick tonight. I mean, what can't she do offensively, especially with that strong left foot?
That left-footed strike. Her dominant one, she loves it. Uses it well, and I'm surprised she hasn't been taken out yet. Already done so much work.
Yeah, Soderstrom is one of the few players, I would say, that has been on the field the entire game and has always kind of is on the field throughout Butler's past few seasons. She's down right now. Hopefully she's okay, but she's just such a key attacker on this Bulldog team. When she's out of the game, I'm sure the other teams are definitely relieved with her power.
You can see her in the bright pink boots on her screen. boots have certainly helped her. Nice move, trying to get the cross pass, but a great defensive play by Austin. Danica Austin has been impressive for these Cats. The junior out of Jenison, Michigan.
Into the match for Butler, 7, Anastasia Savage.
Talk to Coach Moynihan. Danica Austin, sometimes reckless at the center back position, but sometimes that's a good thing. Here's a chance. Out in front, Isger. That one gets outside of the cage.
Isger also looking for her second goal of this game. Already scored once in the first half.
You may as well.
Into the match for Northwestern and Olivia Stone.
Olivia Stone entering the match for Northwestern. And Elise DeSchreiber.
In for the Bulldogs, 16, Gretchen Skoglund for 4.
Gretchen Skoglund entering it for the Bulldogs, taking out Isger. So she'll take the number 9 position. Isger almost had her second goal, just like you said, Kelly. Here's the third corner attempt for Butler. Cross pass from Soderstrom. That gets deflected outside the box. Another chance for Soderstrom. Finds its way all the way through. And that one, nobody home unless she can get to it. Nifty play to get there by Farnsworth. Bring this one over the top. Austin's there to head it away out of the box. A couple of chances there for Butler, Kelly, and they just seem to be doing whatever they want to this Northwestern squad right now.
Exactly. Even with 3 goals under their belt, they're still attacking, still aggressive. It's almost like they're playing as if they're down.
Great pass up to Savage. She's got a chance if she can make a move. Passes to Soderstrom. Great defensive play to get in front by Hallie Pearson. She's had herself a night despite her team being down 3-0.
That's the duo to definitely look out for, is that Savage-Soderstrom duo, both seniors and both huge offensive players for the Dogs.
So Soderstrom takes her leave after I think it's a well-deserved rest.
Definitely.
Northwestern trying to find some area to work with on offense. And a quick turnover. That had to be a miscommunication by Northwestern, don't you think? Francesca Doctors receives the throw-in, tries to hit it right back to her teammate, and ends up losing it. Brief steal by Julia Leonard. Trips as she goes. Nice play by Klusterman to clear that one out.
Just like that, it goes right back to Butler. Their defense is impossible to get by tonight.
Here's Savage. Makes one move. Gets Austin a miss. Tries to get it again. Northwestern will just toe poke this out. Probably a smart play by Reagan Stigler. So Terry St. John, her 16th season at Butler, Rob Allman's 9th. In 2017, they were the Big East coaching staff of the year. Not often you see co-coaches. What kind of advantage do you think that gives these players to have 2 head coaches, and maybe some disadvantages too?
definitely for the advantages. I think just having, you know, two perspectives, maybe one focuses more on defense, one on offense, two people to look at, listen to. It's not so much of a dictatorship, I feel like, when there's two coaches. And I'm sure that there's some disadvantages, you know, if they ever were to clash, or, you know, one wants to run one play, one thinks we should do something else. But I mean, it seems to have been an advantage for the Dogs these past few seasons with how successful they've been.
Well, they certainly have been successful. 2017 co-coaching staff of the year. They've had quite a few all-conference players, a couple of All-Americans. That cross pass almost gets through, but just that little nick of a header pokes it away for Butler. His back line, impressive. 19 and a half minutes to go. Great deflection by Alana Wood, but Evans right in front. Excuse me, Stone. Runs into the brick wall that is Emma Martin tonight. Looks like Schroeder's going to get tagged here on a yellow. Pulled the shirt. Pulled the shirt of Josie Alcino. And here's a free kick opportunity for Northwestern.
Dangerous in these set piece plays, but tonight they haven't been. But this would be a key time with just under 20 minutes remaining in the game to get a goal for them.
Neither team successful in a set piece yet. The first two goals for Butler coming from errors by the Northwestern back line, frankly. That third one, straight from Katie Soderstrom. Here's Alcino. That one had a chance. Emma Martin receives it. High points the ball in the air. Great work. Under 19 to play. Bulldogs lead 3-0. Good corral by Schroeder. Gets it up to Julia Leonard. Cross pass. Easy defensive play for Northwestern. Oria Martin tries to get it back up to Shriver up at the number 9. Good poke away by Kloosterman. Here's DeShriver. Defended by Wood, who's had a great night. Steals it once again. Here's a tussle between Wood and Shriver. Wood wins that battle, gains the possession back for Butler.
In the match for Butler, 27, Lauren Dorr.
News for Northwestern this year was Rich Manning being brought in as a new assistant. Him and Coach Moynihan used to coach together. Now they're a reunion for the Northwestern Wildcats. But met with a loss against Xavier, and now down 3 goals to Butler. Turnover here for the Dogs will go to Northwestern. Substitution on. Just under 17 to play in our game.
In the match for Butler, Katie Soderstrom for 25-90.
So actually, Katie Soderstrom back onto the pitch for Butler. 16 and a half to play. Terry St. John and Rob Altman want to get more out of their stud winger. And to score as much as she does at midfield is not too common. You expect most of that scoring to be sourced from the likes of Anya Savage and Isger. Nice deflection, albeit on her face, by Claire Farrington. Northwestern still chipping away, trying to penetrate this back line.
In the match for Butler, 14, Ariana Jalix for 6, Julia Leonard. And 9,
Ariana Jalix entering for Julia Leonard.
Kloosterman.
And Becky Dean entering for Morgan Kloosterman. Jalix had an impact in the first half, Kelly. The sophomore out of Ray, Michigan, showing why she's earning more playing time. Quite a few good defensive plays in the midfield.
Definitely. If you look at the score, it seems like the name of this game has been offense, but defensively, the Bulldogs has not let Northwestern have many opportunities, especially with Martin in goal. Still cannot believe it's only her first start as a freshman. She's eager, she's stepping at the ball, and overall the defense is just doing a really good job compared to last game against Michigan.
Seems no different from what we've seen out of this Bulldog squad in 2020. They had 39 goals offensively. We talked about their goals scored average being second in the country. That is phenomenal. But their opponents only scoring 9 goals on them last year. That's equally impressive. Just like you said, their defense has been stellar. Quick stoppage here. Foul on Northwestern. Looks like that's Ella Haas getting charged with the foul. 14 to play here at the Button Jackie Sellick Bowl.
We also talked about how Northwestern had 11 seniors. They have the experience, but Butler also coming back with a lot of experience, having 9 out of their 11 starters from last year. Definitely helps them out, and it will throughout the rest of their non-conference play and heading into Big East play.
Lauren Dorr going to work against Pearson. Pearson wins that battle briefly. Now Northwestern methodically passing around. Savage briefly bumping Nicole Doucette. Under 13 to play. Free kick here for Northwestern. Sneaks into the box. Martin secures that almost. How about Emma Martin? Her first start, so impressive. And to fill the shoes of Stephanie Rodriguez obviously is a tall order. Emma Martin has stepped up and done well in between the pipes.
Definitely, and she has big shoes to fill this game. We mentioned Stephanie Rodriguez was selected to the 2021 preseason Big East Goalkeeper of the Year, preseason All Big East team, has played every minute the last few seasons, 5 shutouts. You know, that's big shoes to fill when you're playing your first start instead of Rodriguez.
You mentioned the shutouts. 0.74 goals against average. That's 56 nationally last spring. The 10-2 finish for the Dogs, losing in the Big East Championship to Georgetown. I might be a little bit biased, but we really thought they had a shot to make it to the tournament despite losing to Georgetown, and maybe they should have. That squad was very good, but you return 9 of 11 starters. Your team doesn't look that much different. And so far tonight, it's a little bit nostalgic of last season.
Definitely, and I think that's probably why some of the seniors from last year decided to return with that extra year of eligibility, because they see the potential for this team, and they were so close last year to get to the College Cup that maybe this is their year to get there and redeem themselves after their loss in the championship of the Big East tournament.
10.5 to play in this one. Soderstrom tries to pop it over to Savage. She's been giving Northwestern trouble all night. She's not the only one. This whole Bulldog squad has controlled the environment. The feeling out period was short-lived as Soderstrom got past Mackenzie Wood and knocked the first tally in for Butler. That was around the 12th minute.
Substitutions for your Bulldogs. 10, Alana Wood for 28, Gabby Smith. 17, Claire Farrington for 15, Alexandra Pulaski.
So Claire Farrington will come back on to the pitch.
Anastasia Savage.
And Alexi Whitaker, as well as Alana Wood for the Dogs. Northwestern looking for some quick offense. 3-0 seems like a very tall hill to climb. I'm sure they're looking for an insurance goal. They've won last week by the right foot of Oria Martin. Soderstrom has a chance, but it gets deflected. Down on the turf, looks like that's Pearson, who's had such a great match tonight. Hopefully she's all right. Clock will stop at 8:37. Thanks so much for being here with us. Joey Lindstrom alongside our analyst Kelly Hallinan. Do not go anywhere. On our Butler Athletics YouTube page, you'll see the Butler men's soccer team play against University of Oakland out of Michigan. Brendan King will be on the call. It looks like this injury timeout will be extended for Pearson, so hopefully she's okay. Kelly, your impressions so far. Moving forward, we got to look at the schedule real quick. You have Illinois as your next matchup. And Illinois is no one to, nothing to sneeze at. I mean, they have been great in the past. They'll continue to be, I'm sure. We get at Illinois on the 29th. That's this Sunday. Then you come back home to face IUPUI at the Sellick Bowl. And again, you're in the Sellick Bowl against Utah on Sunday the 5th. So this tough stretch of Big Ten games ends in Champaign. How did they get it done over there on Sunday?
You know, it's good that they won this game, so at least they're not going in 0-2 against Big Ten teams. Gives them a little bit of a confidence booster. I'm sure it scares Illinois as well. Another fellow Big Ten team going down against Butler, and now they have to face them. But, you know, honestly, I think it's just going to be good practice. They have quite a few non-conference games before they start Big East play against a few really good teams, the Big Ten teams. We got Wright State, Ball State, Utah, some bigger schools on there as well. So I think that it's going to be really good practice, and I think it'll definitely get them ready for Big East play, which is huge.
We were talking before the game, and we said it's so cool to see the Big East, Big Ten matchups every year. That is so cool to watch, to see how the talent stacks up. You talk about levels of play, such as like the Pac-12 or what have you. that's always raised, SEC raised, but for Big East and Big Ten, you cannot count out either of those conferences, and that's what's on display here today.
Definitely the Big East, Big Ten matchups through any sport at Butler is always a fun one, kind of, because it's such a small school versus such a big school, and it always tends to be a really good competition.
Corner kick, set piece here for Butler. Soderstrom's left foot. That ball gets caught in the scrum, pinballs around, and it's headed out. Here's Schroeder. To Becky Dean, down into the corner. That's Caitlin O'Malley. Chance here. Here's Anya Savage. Back at the Schroeder. Jules Thrawn interfering there. Bit of a mistime pass. Under 8 minutes to play.
We spoke a little bit about the upcoming schedule, but something definitely to note about this schedule is it's a lot different than what it was this last spring season when they only played the Midwest Big East teams. They only had one home game, one away game. It was a really odd schedule compared to past seasons, and now they have a normal schedule. They have both home and away games for their Big East matchups.
Headed in. A beautiful play by Northwestern. Haley Lawson with the header off the pass by Olivia Stone. And the Cats bring it within 2. All of a sudden, maybe a little bit of life, Kelly.
Definitely. It looks like Butler kind of wasn't ready for that one. That kind of came out of nowhere. Quick fast break play. Just about 7 minutes to go, and Northwestern seems to be ready for the rest of the time.
Olivia Stone showed off the wheels, said in the first half briefly, but she, high school track star in Texas. She's dangerous in transition, and she showed it there, giving that lead pass. And a beautiful finish by Haley Lawson. Lawson, another crossing pass. Brief chance there by Alcinu. Does not get it to fly. Good work by the back line of Butler. 6:45 to play. Good deflection by Austin. Savage gets bumped as she tries to fight for that ball. Soderstrom, that one goes wide. So keep the pedal down. You do not want to give any inch to this Northwestern squad, clearly, because they scored in a hurry. Cleared that ball and let it fly. Olivia Stone to Haley Lawson. Here's Soderstrom to Whitaker. Whitaker with some space. And the deflection by Austin. Great work to turn her back to the ball. That one trickling off the toes of Whitaker. Under 5.5 to play. Here's Alana Wood. Under 5 to go here in the Sellick Bowl. A little bit of a tie-up. We couldn't quite see what happened beyond the fence line there on your screen. There's Wood getting in front of that one. And pushed. Alcino, the guilty party, junior out of Northville, Michigan. Beg your pardon, the sophomore out of Northville, Michigan. Here's Wood. And Soderstrom. Both these players have had such a huge impact, Kelly.
Definitely Soderstrom, clearly with her 2 goals this game, but Alana Wood has been everywhere. I feel like anywhere the ball is, she has to be within feet of the ball. She's quick. She's there offensively, defensively, able to clear the ball. She's definitely been a big playmaker this game.
Just like a water bug out there. All players certainly fond of this area down here in the bottom left of your screen.
You can see in the bottom left of your screen too, fans lined up. Another thing a little bit different from last season. We have a lot of fans here, not just a family list and people in the apartments next to the field watching through their windows, which is kind of nice to have those Butler fans here. Definitely gives them that at-home advantage that maybe they lacked last year.
It sure does. Nothing like playing in the Sellick Bowl, especially a night game. That's the best. Three minutes left to play here in our match. Northwestern trying to script. They had the late goal. 7.5 to play. Northwestern, after this game on Sunday, will head to Williamsburg, Virginia. Good no play by Emma Martin. Northwestern will go to Williamsburg to play William and Mary. And then they have a tough matchup against University of North Carolina. And they head back home to Evanston, Illinois to play the Golden Flashes of Kent State. Under 2 to play here at the Sellick Bowl. Dogs just trying to kill some clock. Cats trying to gain a miracle. Quietly playing is Reagan Steigletter. We haven't seen much of her tonight. The assumed captain. Looks like a yellow card yielded for Northwestern with 1:34 to play.
Official has presented a yellow card to Northwestern 24, Ella Haas.
Ella Haas receiving the foul. Here's a free kick for number 19, Caitlin O'Malley, the sophomore out of Chesterfield, Michigan. Lance Cruz High School. So since these two paired up, St. John and Rob Allman have won 64%, or Butler rather, has won 64% of their conference matches and 66% of their matches overall, which is impressive. And they're obviously looking to continue that and compound their efforts. This team feels that they play every game like this, Kelly. I don't really think there's anybody stopping them.
1 minute to play.
Definitely, if they're able to play every game like this, they are going to be a tough team to beat this year. I think they were definitely able to bounce back after their first loss, and with just under a minute left, it looks like they'll get their first win of the season, first win against Northwestern, and first home win.
Yeah, Northwestern, you said it. Career Northwestern's all-time record over Butler, 4-0-1. But Butler will take this one from the Cats. Under 30 to play here. A count of 3-1. Coach Michael Moynihan in his 10th season.
9, 8, 7, 6, 5.
A winless
4,
opening 2 games for Northwestern.
1.
And now Butler gains their first win as the clock runs 0. The Bulldogs pull out the win against Northwestern. We thought it was going to be tough, Kelly, against a Big Ten opponent after dropping 5 goals to Michigan last Sunday, but Butler comes out with the W.
Definitely, Butler was able to prove themselves offensively and defensively this match, and they'll get to face another Big Ten opponent this Sunday at Illinois.
Thank you so much for joining us, for Carolyn, our camera woman, and for Kelly Hallinan. I'm Joey Lindstrom. Thank you so much for watching, and we will see you next time on the Butler Athletics YouTube page. Have a great night.
Butler 3, Northwestern 1. Thank you for attending tonight's